gentlemen, we came here to make you move.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Stranger by the Hour, episode 163, November 23rd.
Bro, you crushed it with that intro. That music's royalty free.
So we're gonna find out.
Okay, all right. What is that? That's a cool little jam.
So that's an AI cover of "People Are Strange" by The Doors. It's like,
Oh.
what if "People Are Strange" was psychedelic funk?
Wait a minute. So you fed that into AI and it made that?
No, somebody else did. I just
Oh,
found it.
That's scary either way, dude. Because that's a sick little fucking.
Yeah.
I
So
simultaneously like it and don't like it because now like fucking demon made it, but
Well,
but I like it.
in any information war, you will inevitably use the enemy's tools against the enemy.
I mean,
Like,
that's all we're doing.
yeah. I mean, like I didn't make an AK-47, but
Yeah.
I know how it works.
Dude, yeah.
But so on our last video that we hung on YouTube, I mentioned all the Patreons in the very end, and I cut in an AI cover. So it was like, it was what if Rage Against the Machine was like a funk band or something.
Okay.
And it was I forgot what song it was, but I think what it is you don't get hit against AI because that bill passed where you can't restrict AI for like 5 years.
Oh, the recent bill where they're
Like something in the big beautiful bill.
yeah. Dude,
So-
we'll get to that
so,
guy.
you know,
We'll get to that guy, dude.
So something in the big beautiful bill said you couldn't do anything to restrict AI. It was either for 5 or 10 years. I don't care. Politics or government's fake. So I think in my mind, what that means is because all AI does is rip shit off.
I mean, that's
That's how it works.
It's not a creative machine. It's an assembler.
Yeah,
It aggregates and
scrapes the
assembles.
entire
Yeah.
internet, and what you said. So it is by definition, like a intellectual property thief.
Yeah, but they already have some like legal mechanics around this because it's like you can take a video, someone else's video, and you can play it on YouTube as long as you at a certain interval stop and comment on it. Like you're now that
Yeah, so
now
that's
you're
called like fair use.
fair use. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're creating something new, and you're using something that was already created. But
Yeah.
the thing you're doing is, hey, what I've created is my commentary about this thing. So maybe the music's the same way where it's like, hey, what I've created is an interpretation of this music. You should be covers.
Yeah.
Like you can do covers. Like I could play a fucking, I don't know, Brown Eyed Girl cover on YouTube and no one's going to sue me.
Yeah, a lot of Robert Ziffers videos. They all start with like a mandolin.
Yeah. Mandolin version.
Like
shit.
mandolin
And him-
one from
Dude, and
Metallica.
him straight in a fucking changing room trying to flex with like a blazer. It's the weirdest dude on the internet, dude. He's like, I drove my
That's 'cause he
Tesla
hasn't-
to Men's Warehouse and stood in the mirror while I was thinking about the Anunnaki.
Dude, that's because he hasn't spilt his seed in 27
Yeah,
years, bro.
he's
on
been
some
fucking semen retention.
Yeah, he's on like the next
he
level,
can fucking
man.
see through concrete walls and shit.
He can see around corners, man.
Jeez Louise, dude.
All right, so
We've been remiss, and it's my fault again. A lot of moving
Doesn't-
parts, though, in both of our lives.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the reasons I wanted to chop up a new intro, man, was, we both sort of like moved into new stages, different stages.
And,
And,
dude, honestly, like new stages in my understanding too. Like looking back, and because I have been thinking about a lot of the stuff we said, just because like in light of, because what I'd like to talk a bit about today is like Trump. How much that motherfucker fell off, but he didn't really. I think he's right where they put him, and he's executing right what they wanted him to do, and we just didn't see it. We've always been like, it's not like we were Trump sycophants, but like we were like, wow, he's funny, haha, But I think that we've been right, like into the degree to which we predicted things, we've been pretty spot on, but less about the predictions and more about the descriptions of things as they happened.
Yeah.
I think we've been right about that. And so like we got to give ourselves a little grace about missing the boat on Trump a little bit, because at the time, and still, even in retrospect, would I have preferred fucking Kamala like, I don't think so.
I mean,
maybe.
in my defense, I've been shitting on Trump for a long time.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was walking the dog with a wife back in Wilmington, and you know, it was the time that we would scroll through Q drops at a special operations command headquarters and shit.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, you know, I'm always trying to deconstruct the circuit, you know, I'm like, okay, Aaron and I know we know the people who, if we don't know some of the people, then we know the people who would know some of the people that would be doing some of these things that is talked about in
they're
this.
like JSOC's coming to bring Hillary to Gitmo shit.
Yeah. Like it's like we would, you know, and nothing is really kept a secret, really, you know.
Right.
You know, so so this was like in whatever 20 fucking 18, 19 type time frame. Where I was like, he has to either be unwitting or in on it. Like, it's just in my brain, I'm like, if I was in that position, and I understand how certain aspects of, say, like the military work, I understand how I would do it, or you would do it to fix the problem. And when you don't see those things happening, you're like, what the you know, like, so on the Instagram feed, there's several anti-Trump things from before the election.
Yeah.
So we're safe there.
Okay.
We have anti-Trump receipts before the election.
It's funny, like if you just like, I've been seeing some, I won't take credit for it, I've been seeing some good mashups, because people really are like the red pill type, you know, right? You know, the people that were kind of riding with Trump, I think and the people that make like the good effective memes and stuff, I think they're waking up to the fact. I think that Epstein, the way he fumbled the Epstein thing lately is really, this is a big mistake on Trump's part, and whoever handles Trump. So when you say Trump, it's the brand Trump, like Trump Tower.
Or go on.
No, I'm just talking about, when I say Trump, I mean Trump and all his associated handlers, whoever's running him, the brand of Trump.
So are we to still think that this is a mistake?
What is a mistake?
The way it's being handled.
No. Oh, I get what you're saying. Like I just said, he made a mistake.
Yeah, I would put forth a different way to look at this.
Like, okay, I get what you're saying. So like what I'm characterizing as a mistake is a purposeful move to undermine Trump. Like the Trump team's doing it themselves.
I'm saying that what is occurring, I'm putting forth as a hypothesis.
Okay,
right?
okay.
I think in the future I will try to make less claims, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm putting forth as a hypothesis that the strata of control above the visible people like Trump, and if we can see them, they're not in command.
Yeah.
They are moving forward an agenda.
Yes.
That agenda is roughly, in my assessment, an end times production.
Yes.
I don't believe it's the end times. I believe they are putting forth a pageant.
Yeah. Masonic theater.
Yeah. An end times pageant.
Yes.
Well, as I understand it, that Levantian book we call the Bible isn't really talking about America. Like there's, you know, unless you're the Mormons, you know, it's America doesn't really play into, from my assessment, that book.
Yeah.
So when they're saying that Israel is going to be like isolated, you know, well, we're their piggy bank right now.
Yeah.
So you essentially must, as much as it looks like that we're going to be friends forever, for this end times, as I understand it, Israel's isolated against the world.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, you must use the truth. You must tell everybody the truth of what allegedly they've been up to.
That's fascinating.
So the truth is both good and bad. Like I had this conversation with a dude recently, and you know, it was kind of like in a meditative circle environment, if you will.
I got you.
And you know, we were talking about the sort of like the spiritual community, and like a lot of them want to be enlightened, which simply means to create light, right? Like if you're in a dark room, you light a candle, boom, you're enlightened.
Now you can see.
And now you can see this little bubble, right? Now you're illuminated to a certain point.
Yeah.
Well, what's in that corner over there? You know, maybe you don't want to go check out that dark corner, which is still in darkness with your illumination. You're taking truth to the corner.
Yeah.
Whatever's in that corner, if it happens to be a global pedophile ring.
Yeah, whatever it is.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, like your truth is show it what's over there, right? So
okay.
So so we know that not everybody's going to go looking. We're the weirdos for being on the internet looking at this shit.
Yeah, right.
Like us and like a small slice of humanity. Well, in order to get those other people to move to the next stage, you're going to have to show them. You're going to have to drag them over there.
Yeah.
You're going to have to illuminate them.
Yeah.
You're going to have to indoctrinate them. You're, you know, like everybody out here, we've talked about it before, is like a, what do you call the we're initiates, man.
Yeah, we've Hoffman talks about that all the time. We're constantly being initiated into these are rituals and ceremonies it's on a mega scale what they're doing with their own small occulted groups. It's like, hey, look, you've made it this far in your life with the current understanding. You know, this is how you've operated in the world. This is how you were raised or whatever. We do business a different way. We have a different understanding, a bigger understanding. We have to initiate you into that, right? And so, like in the way that they do that with these guys is they traumatize them. They fucking do something to them. They make them spank it in a coffin. They make them violate their previous norms and ethics. You know, like, hey, look, those plebeian, this morality, this ethical constraints that you've had, get rid of that. This is restricting your power or whatever, right? They do it a little different with us. They do the initiation, they traumatize us, but because it's like you're malleable at that point, and they can show you, like you said, in the corner the truth or whatever. But they're also, it's like I think they have to reveal the truth and then also direct and control our reaction to it, because they need to stay in control.
Yeah,
right. That's interesting. So,
what I'm getting at is it could be this sort of like king kill ritual, you know, where they
So you think they're going to tear Trump down in front of us?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what's going to happen. And what that also does is it gives the rest of the nation an ultimatum.
Yeah.
Like, hey, here's your boy.
Yeah.
We're going to show you what your boy was up to.
Yeah.
So everybody out there, we get to see your reaction. All you gun toting motherfucking 2A Punisher sticker having, American flag, coffee and fucking whiskey and cigar shop owning.
Yeah. What now?
Why I don't want to fucking be linked in with you bro vet dudes. Hey, what happens, bro? I already did what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Like I did what I was gonna do in 2021. You fuckers are late.
So what do you think Trump is aware of all of this, or is you know, at what level of understanding does he operate at? Like does he,
good,
you know?
So we understand witting and unwitting. We understand, you know, I would say that since he's not in control, that he works under a compartmented basis, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, like he probably understands his portion of what they're trying to get to.
Yeah.
And and who knows, maybe he was told this is the end state for what you're going to get.
And he probably has autonomy to reach that end state.
Yeah.
Like that's your thing to run and manage.
Right.
Until we take you down.
And so, I mean, my guess would be maybe like, I don't know, dude, 75%. There's probably like 25% he doesn't know.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, he's fucking in on it.
Dude. And like, I like that explanation and I think it's valid. And it's like, I can hear that. I hadn't thought of that way. And I'm like, yeah, because I can accept that because I've already accepted a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
That make it so that doesn't hurt me. Right. So like you tell that to somebody who maybe isn't a big fan of Trump but prefers him to the Dems, or just somebody who's like, doesn't like what's going on with the Epstein. But if you tell them like, hey, look, this is all like orchestrated. It's like you said, it's pageantry, because in order to accept that, you have to start accepting things like, this is something I've been chewing on lately, you know, like made me diagram this thing out. But like somebody, I think it was Dave Smith, I was listening to a podcast, but he's like, he made a good point. He was kind of like rambling and he kind of just came out. So I don't think it was something he'd put a bunch of thought in, but it's just where his mind went. But it was a good thought. And it was like, he was talking about the Israel in the context of its relationship to the United States. And he was talking about that guy Pollard, who was the spy who stole our nuclear secrets. And I didn't really understand. I just know he got caught spying. He did 30 years in prison. And then Trump pardoned him. And then upon his return to Israel, he was made a national hero. Mike Huckabee, who's the current ambassador to Israel, has been a long family friend of the Pollard family and sponsor of Pollard. And so it's like our current ambassador to Israel is, you know, very closely in a close relationship with a guy that spied on us and did 30 years in prison. Now, do you know that he took nuclear secrets? This is during the Cold War. This happened in the 80s and 90s. Okay.
Yeah.
at the height of the Cold War. This is what we're meant to believe. Russia, you know, saying, okay.
Yeah.
So Pollard, what he was doing was he didn't take. So what I thought was, Pollard took our nuclear secrets and that's how Israel got nukes. No, Pollard took our nuclear secrets and traded them to the Soviet Union to get nuclear technology for Israel. So it's worse than I thought. He was giving this shit to. It's like one thing. Oh, he's giving it to Israel, our ally.
Yeah.
No. He was giving it to Russia, our mortal enemy.
Right.
Allegedly. If you buy into all shit. So okay.
Yeah.
So Dave Smith's talking about that, and then like the USS Liberty. So it's just like the USS Liberty. Israel attacked our ship knowingly, willfully. Everybody knows. It doesn't matter what anybody says.
Yeah.
Talk to the people that were fucking there in the investigation. Okay, killed a bunch of our sailors. We swipe it under the. So it's like our sovereignty, the sovereignty of our information and our nuclear security was violated, and we don't care. One of our signals intelligence ships was fucking attacked and demolished, and our people killed. We don't care. And then it's all these violations, and we just turn a blind eye. Okay. So where Dave Smith's mind went with this, and what I agree with is, it's like fundamentally, then what is Israel and what is the United States? If we're not a sovereign place that this tiny little country in the Mediterranean can violate our sovereignty in this way, okay? And then you're like, how? Why? What is this? It's because there is no Israel, there is no United States as far as that goes. These geopolitical boundaries are arbitrary and they're fictional. So where I go with it is, I mean, it came with this analogy. So like, okay, let's say you live in the Palms apartment somewhere in the country. There's this place called the Palms, and then it's like you've probably lived in places like this, like the place in Lancaster or whatever you showed me. It's like this, right? There's multiple units of that apartment complex. You know, maybe it's like 5 or 6 or 7 different big
One's
buildings.
is like Palms Gardens,
Palms on Mill, Palms on Grove, Palms on First. So this is the Palms apartment, but there's multiple units of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first level of control of those units or whatever outside. So maybe I live on the Palms on Mill, so that's the ones I live in, right? But that's part of the Palms apartment complex, right? So that's a level. And then if you go up a level, you find out that the Palms apartment complex is owned by Stately Holdings, and maybe they own some other apartment complexes in the area or whatever. And then if you go up a level, the whole thing is owned by Brownstone Capital. Okay, so now we know how physically, what the ownership situation of this is. Okay, so maybe Palms on Mill is America, and the Palms on Grove is Israel, and the Palms on First is France, and on, right?
Yeah.
So then you draw a little dash line, right? And then you go into the narrative part, right? So I live in the Palms on Mill, so I'm a Millonian. And Millonians are sovereign, autonomous, they have freedom, they're brave, they have the best fighting for the world, they have the best. There's all these characteristics of Millonians, okay? Well, how do I know these things? Because there's a system of narrative control that tells me these things. The system of education system, religion, media, okay? All of that is being created by these people up here.
Right.
Okay. So at no point these things about being a Millonian have been installed in me. Okay. Maybe because they're installed in me, they become true to some extent. But like this thing where I identify as a Millonian and I am like, I see myself separate and apart from these other things. This is all foisted upon me by people that don't see me that way. They see all of us as these pawns in their massive thing. And it's like, that is a painful thing for people to accept. Not painful for me, because I've accepted this a long time ago.
Yeah. And I've lived in micros, the Marine Corps.
Yeah. That's a created society.
You're a private.
Yeah.
You understand that, they really don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's here. You're a citizen. And what is a citizen? A citizen is your stock. It's like, this is a tax farm.
100%. And they do a really good job of like making you feel, okay, I'm a citizen. I have these unalienable rights until they alienate your fucking rights, dude.
Until they'll alienate your ass real quick. Yeah, son.
You don't have shit, dude.
They can land a helicopter right fucking there.
Man, that's another, since rights is another thing, a fundamental thing I think people need to understand is force doctrine. Okay, so you don't have rights. What's a right? You can't pick a right up. You can't put it in your pocket. You can't measure it. You can't fucking throw it and see if it sticks against the wall. It doesn't fucking exist materially. It's a concept. It's conceptual. Yeah. Okay. And it only exists to the degree that it does exist in as much as whoever has a monopoly on the application of force can guarantee you that right. And the same people can take it from you. You don't have it. It's a privilege. There's only privileges.
Yeah.
You have duties, things that not per the government, duties as whatever kind of life form you are. There are things you ought do and must do.
Well, where did this weird freedom concept come from? Because doesn't it say here that you have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness?
Yep.
Well, liberty's not freedom.
No.
Like we've been on libo,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and we've had our liberty taken away. Like
Yeah.
you are at liberty to do this,
Yes.
but you're not free to do it.
Right. Yeah. Liberty is like it's like you're allowed to do it.
Right. That's the Statue of Liberty.
Freedom is I'm doing it, and you
Fucking
can try
be-
to you can
fucking
stop me or not.
because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. But nobody really has any of those things because it's like you only have any of it until you don't, until somebody that can like restricts you or tries and fails or whatever. And that's natural. You just natural law shit. It's like,
Mark Passio's right, man. He's got the most succinct explanation of it. If y'all ain't checking out Mark Passio, check him out.
yeah, get on some natural law stuff. And
So I'll reach out to him. I'll try to get him on here.
that'd be cool.
Dude, he was on Archaics.
Okay.
It's fucking a great conversation, dude.
I want to hear that. Where they
Archaics
fucking
and
both
Mark
like,
Passio.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they mainly kind of talk about he talks about the dark occultists just being expert psychologists.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like that's it. Somebody cracked the human code thousands of years ago, and they've just been recycling control systems.
Of course, because that there's nothing. Obviously, we say it all the time. There's no power greater than the control of mass consciousness.
Yeah,
You know?
if all is mental, whatever portion of the laws that is, right? Like all is mental. All right. Then if I can control your mind, I can control everything.
Yeah, and just like if you like just the application of force stuff, like okay, I can muster up a bunch of power, military power, and I can control people, kill people, do it. But it's like then you can only be so productive doing that. You
Yeah.
can't just kill everybody and
Yeah.
you're not producing anything. You need them. You need people
And
to do what you need them to
It's
do.
pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but therein is the problem. So we're seeing people obviously being killed.
Mhm.
So my question is, I don't know, man. I don't think anything. I think we're on this pre-programmed, like I said, end times pageant.
Mhm.
It's hard to tell at the very top, like is China in on this shit?
Yeah, it's weird. You
China
lose-
has a central bank.
it gets murky when it involves cultures that are opaque to us.
Yeah.
It's just yeah. It's easy for us to wrap our mind around like how Western minds think and react and work and like these systems. Like you go to Europe, it's like kind of the same, and you get their mind operates the same way. China, bit of a hive mind thing going on over there. Who knows what they're about?
So there's a professor on YouTube keeps popping up, and he's been,
Chinese guy.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
been talked to by a
Pretty
couple
good
of
shit.
pretty good shit. And so my question is like, okay, so seems to be able to freely discuss what is going on this side of the pond.
Yes, in great
Right.
detail.
He loses me a little bit on when he starts talking about Trump, because he starts talking about him like at a viewpoint that's with odds with the viewpoint that I just previously
Yeah.
gave. I think the guy's in on it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Right. And so he starts saying, well, maybe this or maybe that. I'm like, well, hey, bro, like if you're a billionaire, you should have your own
Oh,
private. And
So what?
Like-
Hold on, I haven't heard his Trump stuff. He takes Trump as like as an actual
Yeah,
outsider.
right.
That's absurd.
Well, yes, like he's come from some other angle. And
Nah.
maybe if it just goes to the level of they're just competing crime families and not complete global control, maybe they're in the
Look.
competing crime families part, but I digress. Well, I guess what my question would be is who's out there on like a YouTube type platform, which is Google, who's in league with China, pointing out the weird occult shit that is controlling China.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Because
it.
China was reopened by
Nixon.
like, the Rockefellers and Nixon.
Yeah,
They're like, hey,
He and
bud,
Nixon, yeah,
you're going to go over there. And
Yeah.
then 50 years past that, give or take, not even that, fuck it, what, 20? We're going to get them into this world trade thing.
Yeah.
And then we're going to rip all your fucking jobs away. It's like, so my question is like, to what part is China in on it?
Well,
Because why would China give a fuck if they're burning cows and having an end times in the Levant?
right. Well, like you said, they have a central bank, so that's clue number one.
Yeah.
And like the foresight that these bloodline families have is so like it's worth reiterating just because we're talking about whether or not Trump could possibly be some sort of autonomous, really like there to drain the swamp type of guy. Let's just remind ourselves that,
That would be so low on the COAs. That would be like COA 15.
but people buy this still. They still are like, Trump's our guy. You know, your average person that hangs a Trump flag off their barn believes this. But like what they don't remember or have never been told is that in 1991, the Trump enterprise, the Trump operation was about to be bankrupt. They were billions in debt.
Yeah, dude.
Wilbur Ross
Rothschild
of the Rothschilds banking concern
for like 20 years.
bails out Trump.
Yep.
Okay. They restructure Trump's debt
like a phoenix from the ashes.
And here he rises. And guess who becomes the Secretary of Commerce under Trump?
Wilbur
Ross, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, look, this is how we go. So the Rothschild banking family that's in Switzerland? Whatever,
that's probably
whatever's left of them.
That's probably their main house.
Yeah, right. Has these kind of hooks into government, and it's not just Trump. It's any and all of it. You know what I mean, dude?
Oh, and Israel was, I'm sorry, created
by the Rothschilds, Lord Rothschild, dude. Yes, a good call.
They've got the receipt for Israel in their house, bro.
Dude,
you can watch a YouTube video of like this lady interviewing Lord Rothschild.
Yeah,
and he's like,
crazy.
"Oh, yeah,
you showed me that.
Right, here's the baffle. They've got the receipt.
The receipt. Bro. We bought that bitch.
Like,
dude, I was listening to the new War Mode, the one that's out on, like they put out a Patreon and then the regular, you know, the free one. Yeah. I was listening to the free one, and I'd never heard this, but there's a bunch of new like leaked emails and stuff. The one that there's an email that says about Trump blowing Bill Clinton and stuff, Bubba. But one of the other things that came out is that Virginia Giuffre has been deposed and said under oath or whatever in interviews that Epstein's hog was 2 inches hard and tapered like a dog,
like an egg. I heard like an egg one time. Yeah, somebody questioned him under oath about that. He's on videotape being questioned like about having an egg-shaped penis.
Oh, I got to see that. But so
I'll try to find it and cut it in here. When we stick this
it just made me think, dude. It made me really think about the like these people, and it's like this is one of the fucking horniest dudes of all time. Like these people, all these people, they're creating modeling agencies just so they can like catch some fucking
as a net.
It's crazy, like how, dude, like, man, like we're red-blooded American dudes. We're in the Marines and shit. Dude, we've been some horny dudes at times, I'm sure, right? Like, I'm like the horniest I've ever been. It's like I would drive some places for some pussy. I would do some weird shit. I would like make some weird changes to my schedule. I would fucking violate some libo rule. I would do a lot of shit.
Yeah, man.
But not like that, dude. You know what I mean?
No, man.
But also imagine if you're that, this is my point. Imagine if you're that horny. Like these people are criminally, malevolently, like something's wrong with them levels of horny, right? And you're rolling around with a 2-inch egg-shaped hog, dude. What does that do to your psyche, dude? You must like hate women, you must hate anybody that has a normal hog. You know what I mean? Like you're fucked, dude. Like,
yeah, dude, it's worse than being short.
And then imagine like, dude, like, okay, we've been in, dude, I played high school sports and was in the Marines for 20 years. I've seen 1,000 dicks.
So much wang.
So it's like, I know where I shake out. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, I don't have like big dick energy, but I'm not worried about it. It doesn't, it's like, it's never a concern. Like, dude, these guys must be like, if they finally get their hands on a girl, they're probably horrified.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, sick, let's get these clothes off and get at it. They're like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen?
Well, at that point, they know it's about the money.
Yeah, dude. So it fucks with them, dude. God damn.
And they have infinite fucking money.
Bro, I would rather have no more than a penny in my pocket for my entire life than to have a 2-inch egg-shaped hog, dude. I tell you, dude, it's crazy. You have to, dude, if you have a 2-inch egg-shaped hog, you have to completely invert reality, dude. You have to twist and change and invert reality so that the world is something other than, maybe I'm making too much of it, but I don't think so.
No,
dude.
man.
I mean,
that's
you
it.
up, dude.
Yeah.
I think that would fuck you up, man. And I'm not trying to empathize with him, but I'm just saying, like, these people are fucked. And then it's like their culture, like this is the,
and then you give that person power.
Yeah, a lot of power.
A lot of power.
Like power that nobody would be able to handle.
Like one of the richest people in America just hands you over their entire fortune and like their fucking house.
But you know what's weird about that too? So it's like, it's hard to imagine having that kind of power and wealth and influence and control. But it's like, let's just say, boom, someone snaps their fingers and like, now I have all this going on, right?
Yeah.
you know, it might occur to me to be like, damn, I have a yacht and a jet. I could definitely talk the hottest chick in the bar coming on my jet. But it would be like I could use these things to get women to willingly come with me.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like to come, girls, come on the
We're
boat.
not talking
you know?
about the implications.
No, but it would be, yeah, come on the boat. We're gonna,
yeah.
At no point.
I mean,
would
but
be
you're
like,
a good dude without the boat, so that's
yeah,
why.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like the boat would be an addition, be
Yeah,
gravy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like, dude, to have all that and be like, so Epstein, even with his egg dick, if he's got the boat and the island and the yacht and everything in the $77 million mansion in Manhattan and the ranch in Arizona or New Mexico, if you have all that,
Yeah.
you can just get women to come there with you, even if you have an egg dick. You know, they will do it. He's not good enough for him. He needs to like capture them and enslave them and rape them and murder them and whatever the hell else he's doing, dude.
Allegedly.
Holy fuck.
Well, so if you think about it, he could have turned it into some sort of Disney story, right?
Yeah.
If he was not a malevolent demon, he could have turned that poor situation that he was in into something like this, right? He could have pretended to be broke, right? Went to any town in America,
Yeah.
right? And just been Jeff, the good hard worker, you know, meet a good, you know, religious lady.
Yeah.
And eventually when she finds out she's already fell in love with his personality. This is like a Disney arc,
yeah, there is
know?
that. This is the theme to a movie. It's like a prince like pretends he's not in Manhattan or something.
And then so she finds out what the beast part of this Beauty and the Beast is that pathetic wang of his, right?
Yeah.
But she's already in love with him as
Yeah,
a dude, right? So it's like, hey, you know, it doesn't really matter. That's not what love's about. And then her reward for overlooking that malfunction down there is
everything in the world.
boom,
Nice.
billions. And now she's fucking in Monaco, you know, and
you know what? You definitely could like you're right. Like you definitely could if you had a micro penis or something going on, or you could definitely like women. There's women. There's more to life than having a hog. You know what I mean? Like you can make it work. Like just like you said, like you could if all other things being equal, and you were like you're like, okay, I can't.
She could be like, oh, Jeffrey, my vagina is strangely tiny.
Yeah, there's like a good guy way to go about it where you're like, damn, I have this thing I have to overcome. This is a problem. It's not my fault, but this is my problem. I'm going to overcome it by being so great in all these other ways. No, he's like, I'm going to overcome it by being evil as fuck.
Aligning myself with the most despicable people on the face of the planet.
God damn, these people are so wild.
Which, by the way, one of those emails from the allegedly whatever those emails are, because I'm still a little hazy on the fact that these malevolent government entities have immaculate bookkeeping.
Yeah.
They've had access to they've had access to these things for fucking years, decades, and like, oh, we can't. Hey, should we burn these things, man? Like, we should be.
Dude, it's like this. If I'm the pay agent or whatever out on a soft team, right?
Yeah.
And I'm fucking cooking the books. I'm buying like, dude, like
let's say some gravel, dog.
Let's say I took the op fund and I bought a bass boat back home. You know what I mean? I did. I don't have I don't have a bass boat. Okay. This is a hypothetical. But let's say I did some wild shit like that, right?
Yeah.
You think I'm holding on to the paperwork forever for someone to come find the proof? Come on.
Now, maybe because what these emails allegedly also show, the Epstein emails, is that these people speak in the open. We've talked about this for fucking years, man. Like, how do you think these people talk when they're in some back room of some castle in Switzerland, man? Like, they just talk about shit in the open in these emails.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you could use that dude for this.
Yeah.
Or you could use that dude for that, you know? But the most despicable dude who is allegedly on Earth, this Epstein micro penis person that we're talking about, called Trump terrible.
Yeah.
In the fucking emails. He's like, no, that guy
will fuck up.
is garbage, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so if these things are real, I'm like, I don't know, dude. It's a very odd time to be alive.
It definitely is, man. It's a things happen on a daily basis that would have shut everybody's brain down for like a week at a time. They just happen in such rapid succession, you know, boom, boom. And then people, you can't, well, and like obviously the lesson is, and I've been unplugged from, so I don't consume anything. I'm not on Twitter anymore. Like I can't, like once I kind of got off it for a few days and I tried to get back on it again, I was like, I don't like this. So everything I get is like secondhand. Like I'll like, see a clip or something. I'll go on like YouTube or Instagram or something. And then like, I'm hearing about it from someone else's podcast, and then I might look into it a little, but like what I was doing before was just like I knew about, I was plugged into everything because I'm just on Twitter like all day, anytime like it was compulsive. So, dude, I had to put a little sticky note from my work, like this little fluorescent sticky note. I don't have it here right now; it fell off because I don't need it. But like it was up in the corner of my phone to remind me. Like I would compulsively pick up my phone and see that thing and be like, "No, dude, like stop." It was just like a stop sign, you know, like don't
Man,
look.
that's a good tip.
It was like bad. I had
Yeah,
a
good trick.
compulsion for Twitter, but you don't get any of that time and energy back, and you don't solve any of these mysteries, you know.
No. Well, I think they've been solved, man. I mean, it's I think it's pretty clear. To me, it's pretty clear what's going on. Yeah. Like it to me, it makes perfect sense that there's some collective of people that work together,
Mhm.
you know, and it's within our narrative of our history, you know, the Venetians, the black nobility, pharaohs, you know, like the British East Indies Trading Company, you know, like there's there's like a corporate level above what we're about to see that actually functions this thing, and it's moving towards some fucking direction.
Yeah.
And the direction's probably, they at the strata of rich where you're like, there's probably trillionaires already. If there's already 100 billionaires, then there's already trillionaires.
Yeah.
And they're already probably on some weird shit. Like, they got their 3 or 4 blood bags that follow them around so they can just cycle through blood. And they're getting injected with like, mega stem cells.
Yeah. Cool. You're going to add 8 years to your dumb life, dude. Good job.
Yeah. I mean, it's people of the mindset that whatever it takes to maintain their level of power and comfort in this world is worth anything that could possibly be past this.
It's so weird because
what the fuck is it? The apathy. What's that word?
Apatheticism. By removing things, you understand it? Like what is apatheticism is whatever it is. It's like
what
it's
is the
not
thing
this.
where it becomes God?
Apatheosis
of the ego.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay.
Jesus. It took 2 of us to get that fucking thing out, but that's what's going.
I just kept thinking of Ken Wheeler's dumb bald head.
Yeah. No, but I think that's what has happened.
Yeah, I think the other thing is these people that have all this power, these nerds basically have ascended, through the nerdery. This all started with the Revenge of the Nerds movies. When we lionized the fucking nerds, I remember when it happened. I liked those movies in the 80s. I remember when being nerdy became cool. Like,
yeah,
when I was a kid, if you called someone a nerd, it was not a term of endearment. You're like, that guy's a fucking nerd. And you like pushed him.
Yeah, because the jock could have been smart too, man. That's
nerd doesn't mean nerd means you're awkward.
Yeah,
we don't like you.
No, you're like this beta thing that has,
and it wasn't the fact that you're intelligent. It's the fact that you're squirrely and fucking weird.
Yes, like you physically can't keep up with the rest of us.
It's the fact that like half your shirt's tucked in. What do you know what I mean? Like you're fucking weird, dude. So like there's a societal, there's a cultural function for castigating these. It's like, hey, it's just like this. It's like, hey, dude, this is not how we act.
Yeah.
Like you're not acting right, dude. Men in our little society here are required we have duties, and the duties require us to be hardy and fucking have a thick skin and be competent, and you're not that. So get with it. And there's a function for that. And some people aren't going to be able to get with it. And you go, okay, you can't get with it, but you have this other skill set. So that's cool. Like you're a computer guy now, whatever. But what we did was we go, no. The guys that are hardy and robust and have some shit to say about the fucking guy, that's the problem. They're too masculine. They're hyper masculine.
Right.
The nerd is actually who we want to emulate. We need to elevate the nerd, and they're going to create all the gadgets that cause all this, that give us all this convenience. Well, the convenience comes at a fucking trade-off. The more convenience you have, the less of those hardy motherfuckers you have around, because guess what? We don't have to pull shit around anymore. We don't have to lift shit. We don't have to plow shit. We don't have to fight off anybody. We don't have to do shit because the nerds made all these gadgets.
Yeah.
And now we're all nerds.
Dude, I recently watched that clip with the coach saying, "You all got your asses whooped."
I don't think I've seen this.
By a bunch of goddamn nerds.
What? Wait, I gotta pee anyway. Can you find it?
Yeah, just pause it real quick.
Okay. This I gotta see. All right, let's watch.
Fire that thing up.
Share screen.
So, the nerds have just beat the jocks at the homecoming.
Nice.
When you were a baby in your crib,
John Goodman,
your father looked down at you. He had but one hope. Someday my son will grow to be a man. Well, look at you now. You
dudes in
just
dresses.
got your
Yeah.
asses whipped by a bunch of goddamn nerds. Nerds! Well, if I was you, I'd do something about it. I would get up and redeem myself in the eyes of my father, my maker, and my coach. Well, let's get those nerds! 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 What are we waiting for?
Yep. Guess what? They didn't get the nerds. The nerds won.
Yeah, man. So that goes back to that thing, man. I don't know.
It's like Elon Musk saying recently again, he's like, hey, we're on the verge of, these AI systems eliminating poverty and making everyone wealthy. Well, hold on there, sport. What do you mean wealthy?
Yeah, what's wealth to who?
Yeah, what does that mean? What, like, wealthy in what way?
'Cause
Like
this
just
is
having a bunch of
Wealth to me, I'm pointing at a farm.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, right, exactly. Like what? Like Elon Musk is rich, but I don't think he's a freak. Like he's a weirdo.
Yeah,
he's got, like he doesn't seem like
doesn't
a
he have
happy guy.
17 kids he doesn't
there's
know?
fucking one named R2D2 and shit.
Yeah, and one, but
So he's wealthy. Now we're all going to be like that. No thanks, dude.
how about Bill Gates? Bill Gates is wealthy.
Yeah, I wonder if there's an example of somebody who's like ultra rich like that, whose life doesn't seem completely insane and like unenviable.
I used to not really like the System of a Down song where he's constantly screaming like, "Why do they always send the poor?"
I don't think I've even heard that.
I forgot the name of it. In any event, I think we're at the point in history, folks. At least it seems obvious to me, and this is my assessment, and I am in no way advocating anything. But were there to be some drastic change in this country, like, why is it incumbent upon the people living paycheck to paycheck? Hey, if you've got a couple $100 million sitting in the
why
bank,
aren't you funding?
if you
some
have
sort of-
10 million,
yeah,
why don't you build a town somewhere, build a new town,
Yeah.
where everything's organic and nothing's poison, and like you own the airspace, so there can't be a chemtrail above you, and like you start
that's a
like,
so
where's Batman?
that's an interesting concept. But what do you think? Like, let's say just because it wouldn't maybe even take that much, like to build a town. Like maybe maybe you're like maybe you have like 500 mil in the bank and you put 100 mil towards building this, which is a lot of money. You could build a whole,
I would have it done already.
yeah, no shit. But then do you think the powers that would allow this, or do you think they would thwart you?
Well,
in
so
some way?
then the question would come in this fantasy world that we're talking about. What the fuck does this allow mean? Like we would have to. There comes a time.
Yeah, I guess the better question is, what might they do to stop you? Not forget aloud, because you're right. Because it's like, hey, I'm building my own town. Fuck you.
It would start with lawfare. There would be lawfare. This is good because we need to discuss what they're going to do.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Because this isn't a discussion.
The first thing they're doing is sending Jews with briefcases.
Yeah, that is correct. That is step one. Hither come the wizards.
Yeah,
right?
here
They're
come.
going to say, this law,
Environmental law,
environmental law.
Yeah.
It's going to
patent law.
Yeah.
or
Oh,
something.
hey, exactly. It'll be.
Oh, you think you invented some new way of distributing power in this grid? No. That doesn't plug into our grid. They'll have.
Yes, it'll be, and then it'll be. Oh, it's endangering people's safety. There's safety involved now,
Yeah.
right? Because like this. Oh, because they're using a steam engine over there to
right.
power the whole town. Like
Right.
and then there would become like, oh, where their children aren't going to school.
Right. They're not part of our curriculum.
Now we're worried about the children. What are the children learning
Yeah,
in there? And then you would be a racist and a sexist.
That's for sure coming.
Yeah. I mean, that might even be first before they even get to that other bullshit.
That's a good point. They would definitely.
The question is, there's fucking Waco, dude. So the question is, when would the ultimatum come, and in what form would it come?
Yeah. I think that like with the Waco example, it certainly seems like they did some level of like provocation there for the express purpose. They did. It's like it's like a matter of public record that they were like, It's just like when they got was it Waco or was it the Ruby Ridge where they basically honeypotted the guy into selling someone a shotgun.
That
like
was Ruby Ridge.
Ruby Ridge, like,
and
they
they
didn't
ended
even
up,
want to.
They ended up having to pay him money after
Pay-
they murdered his
after
family.
they murdered his family. Yeah.
They
our
gave him
bad,
some
dude.
Goldman Sachs, some sorry money, some like,
Dude.
you know, it's like when you accidentally hit an Afghan's family with a rocket.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Pay
hey,
them. That's crazy. We used to do that.
go to the village mayor and he's got some fucking Afghan shekels for you.
Dude, you know how many times, and it's not that many times, probably like 5 or 6 times, where because some of the people in the Ville knew that if you blew up their fucking wall or their house, they could come get paid.
Yeah.
And like a lot of them didn't, but like we'd breach, usually breaching, or like we'd catch a RPG or a mortar at their house and fuck some, we'd be fighting and their house would get fucked up.
Yeah.
And the guy would be like, dude, they'd be like, you blew up my wall. And it's like, fair enough, dude. Like, I kind of liked it when they would do that because the guy would be like, hey. Like,
He's like all mad and shit pointing.
no, yeah,
at
they're
it, like,
pointing. They're like, my
yeah.
fucking wall. I'm like, yeah, dude, it is your wall. So, but I would bust out my fucking,
the balls on that dude.
because it's like, I was kind of a dick because like I could have just started because I was the pay guy.
Yeah.
I could have just started carrying. We did always have like the captain always had some money, but not enough to like fix it. But I would get my Write in the Rain fucking notebook out and I'd be like, what's your name, dude? And I would write, I'd be like, so and so had his wall breached by MSOT 8132 on this date. This is the damage that was done, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I would be like, redeemable at the closest place you can find American Special Operations people. I hand it to him. And I would like tell him, because there's always Pashto. I don't speak Pashto. I tell him through the tour. I'm like, tell him. And I would like figure out where tell him, where Pouze is or like wherever we were, like the closest fob. You know where Fob Rob is? Off the 611 Fob Rob. Okay.
Super
anyways,
safe over there.
Just take this to some other dude with a beard. And dude, at some point, somebody went to a base and was like, a guy named Aaron gave me this.
Dude, that's almost as good as just dick card.
Yeah. Dude. I wonder if anyone ever caught any shekels for their wall off of my little fucking notebook page.
I hope so.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
got
I
the
think
fucking wall fixed.
Fuck, man.
Well, so going into the new year here, what do you think? We seem to have a flotilla off of Venezuela.
Yeah, I haven't been tracking that too close. We just
Um,
so we have a flotilla of worship, like frigates and shit down
Yeah,
there.
all kinds of shit. Aircraft carriers, destroyers. Like, I don't know if there's a
I think
subtender down there. or
We
not.
got to flex our nuts because it's funny because we can't flex on anybody real like China or anybody or Iran even right now. So let's go down and like put our boats in front of Venezuela.
I said the exact same thing to my wife this morning. I was like, look, we don't have what it takes to flex on white people or like high quality Asians.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody's gonna have to get roughed up.
Yeah.
Call it a Somali, call it a Yemeni,
Yeah. I think
call it a Venezuelan.
bro, who did we recently fail the fuck? The Yemenis, right? Who was shooting?
Yeah, they shot us out of the Red Sea.
Yeah, they blew us out of the Red Sea, dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty with like munitions that are like cobbled together out of like cardboard and shit.
Dude, it is not looking good. The Department of War.
The DO dubs,
Time now.
like yeah. So you got it from your perspective, and then I can also tell you that. So, Department of War Chief Pete Hegseth, they put out a new defense acquisitions strategy. Did you see anything about this on the tail end?
It's,
work?
Something about immediately being able to buy stuff versus.
So this, if you read it, it's pretty interesting. It'd be interesting to you because like acquisition was kind of part of your gig too,
Yeah.
But like this is allegedly supposed to eliminate all the bureaucratic hurdles to rapidly, getting material onboarded, created, whatever. So this affects me in my work because I'm working to try to reinvigorate the industrial base that builds the submarines, right? So, and that's what I already been doing. So this new strategy comes out, and a company like mine sees it, and it's like, damn, these guys. They want to start spending money now. They don't want to ask. They don't want it to go through a fucking long, laborious process with a bunch of oversight. They don't want congressional oversight. And this is the coming from on high. This is from Trump, Hegseth down. So this is like, and if there's a speech that Hegseth gives, and we watched it at work just to be up on it. We read the strategy and watched the speech. He says the guy that introduces him, who was like the assistant secretary of defense or somebody like that, says basically to everybody there and to the world, to the, everybody that's interested. He's like, when they say contractors, they mean Lockheed Martin. They mean the big guys. They go, hey, contractors, this is the new way of doing business. Companies that adjust what they're doing and get on board will thrive, and everybody else will go away and be replaced. And so waiting in the wings is like, who's ready to step up? Like Andrew and stuff wants to start, like, fuck it.
Yeah.
We'll build jets. We'll build ships.
Jet fighter.
We'll get as big as you let us be. Cause these guys are ready to like spend the money now. And I don't think I think the system is too bureaucratic and slow, but like some of these things, dude, like there are parts of those submarines that if you fuck it up, it's like we're talking about like seals and valves and that shit is underwater. It's a nuclear reactor underwater fucking scooting around, dude. You can't like real quick like find some company in Des Moines and be like, look, if I give you $1 billion, okay. So if you go to like some place that has a bunch of CNC machines and all the stuff you need to build valves, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, look, you guys are, you do $1.8 million in revenue every year. You build these steam fittings for this power plant. That's kind of similar to what we need for these submarines. Hey, if we give you $1 billion, you think you can crank these things out for us? They're going to go, yeah, give me $1 billion and let's find out.
5 years later.
Yeah, right. Dude. Yeah, you get no valves. Submarines are fucking sinking. I don't know, dude. It's these problems are not as easily solved by throwing money at as they seem to think.
I think the big push towards subsurface warfare is because, given the technology of hypersonic missiles and things like this, and everybody has ISR, I think anything above the waterline is about to get sunk.
I think you're right. I think what they say, I think that's more accurate than what they say. And what they say is, well, look, here's the thing. Because of hypersonics, our aircraft carriers kind of ain't shit anymore. And so that's true. And so they're like, hey, we still have this. They're smart. I mean, it's not, they're just facing reality. We still have a technological edge when it comes to our submarines. Our submarines are still better than anything else anybody makes. How long that's going to be the case, I don't know, because and it's not a secret. I'm not spilling beans. It's like publicly available knowledge that we are well behind. They're supposed to crank out like 3 Virginia class nuclear subs every year, and they can't. 3+, and then like 1 Columbia, and they don't, and they can't make them. So China's probably, I don't know what China's producing, or they have a lot. They have less submarines than us, and they have like shittier ones, but they have more of the shittier ones and less of the good ones. So I don't know. I don't know enough about submarine warfare to know what kind of advantage we have.
And there comes a time where if they can crank out the shitty ones faster than we can crank out the good ones, and if we lose the good ones at a rate not sustainable against their shitty ones,
I'll give you another insight.
Game over.
I'll give you another insight into the competition. So one of the ways that China has an advantage over us is they nationalize everything. So this is how they're able to turn their fishing fleet into all like, what do you call it? Where they have like a
Rolos,
roll on, roll off. Yeah. So all of their commercial, all their commercial shipping stuff can be militarized. And they have like the comm systems are on board and stuff already. It's already in place. Right. And they also can just go to their companies in, their corporations and manufacturing places in China and be like, make this now. And they have to. Now, what we're getting into is a thing called public-private partnerships, which is like a sneaky way of us nationalizing our own. So in the UK and Australia, they already have shipyards there. So our shipyards are private. Newport News and the other one in Groton. Anyways, the shipyards that build the nuclear submarines, and there's other shipyards that build other stuff, but they're private companies. They're contractors, but they're not owned and controlled by the government. The government pays them to build these ships.
Okay.
In the UK and Australia, the shipyards are government. So they can, so like Electric Boat, that's the other one, Electric Boat, Newport News. Electric Boat can tell the Navy, like, no, we're not doing that. We have to lay off some people. It's going to be slower than we told you, like whatever. And the Navy has to be like, oh, darn it, what you said. And they're like, no, we can't though, because we're building this other thing for a while. You just have to cool your heels over there. Well, why not?
I've said multiple times in the last couple months at work that we need to nationalize the defense industrial base.
Yeah, I think they're doing it in like a little sneaky way, but at a certain point, if they have to, they're going to have to.
And really, if you really wanted to restructure this country in a way that would work, you shouldn't be able to profit off of war, man.
You shouldn't be able to, but like
this Lockheed Martin, well, like you just said, if Lockheed Martin's like, hey, we can't do what you want us to do and still make a profit to our shareholder. So your weapons are going to be slower.
Yeah.
We'd be like, okay, cool. And in my fantasy world, we would line those motherfuckers up and shoot them.
Well, one potential, you're right, because it's a matter of our security and our safety.
Yeah. You're like, you just put the dollar ahead of national security. You're a traitor now.
Well, dude, check this out. Like,
I mean, what else
like
is
if
there?
you reduce the scale of it, right? And let's
Yeah.
just say we turn this farm into a compound, right?
Yeah.
The compound had to be secured, right? And from actual threats, right?
Yeah.
And then you basically hired people, you know, like maybe we had some people here that were in charge of security and we pay them or whatever, and they start showing up being like micking around with it. You'd be like, I would have kept those guys out from coming and stealing the hens, but you know, we were having a disagreement about
Yeah,
my
$17
raise.
against $15. Like,
Yeah, they're like, no, fuck you. You know, like
like get the
you
fuck
said.
out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And run it as a nonprofit. Basically, pay the engineers that work in there. It should be some patriotic thing. Like, yeah, bro, I build bombs for the country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I make $150,000 a year.
Yeah,
Turn-
make
turn in a
them,
wrench.
make them lucrative. So the
Yeah.
problem isn't what you pay the workers, and it's what they're paying all the executives and shit. That's the problem. It's
Yeah.
the fact that it's a parasitic like siphoning of our resources. Dude, their overhead's fucking crazy.
And like any brilliant scientist we find for any private company, the government would headhunt those dudes. Like, hey, how much is that private company paying you?
Yeah,
Yeah, cool. We'll make it $5 million a year.
dude. You know what else the problem is with a lot of the material is their stuff is sole source. A lot of it, so it's like people that make critical parts for some of these things, like it's some, you know, let's call it a valve again. You know, there's a specific valve, and there's a place in America where they make them, and that's the only company that makes them.
Since the government already sits above some portion of the intelligence agencies or the government, the Department of War, somebody sits within the patent office like a fucking leech and says that's national security. That's national security. So since that apparatus already exists, that's how things become special access programs and
Yeah.
things, right? Since that apparatus already exists, once you get the traders out of there, you know, that's how it would work for a nationalized defense industry. You know, it's like, hey, we don't care. Like, we're not selling it to the public. We're putting the most advanced thing that ever comes up through that patent agency thing directly into our shit,
Yeah,
you know, at the cheapest price point possible,
yeah.
you know, and it's not theft. Like, who's in whatever, we'll say Microsoft patents quantum computer. So, and we want to put that immediately into our tanks. And then Microsoft's like, well, no, because you have to pay me for it. Once again, it's like, oh, here's the wall, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a cigarette and a sunset.
Yeah.
You
Fuck
kneel
you.
down and we shoot you in the
But
back of the
that's
fucking head, man.
fascism. You know what?
Is that I lose
Well,
track
it's
of all the
technical.
isms. What kind of ism?
That's fascism.
That's
for sure, but,
fascism?
like, I don't care.
But if everything was free market below that,
Well, you know what they would have to do in order to get people to buy into that? Not that it matters if people buy into it or not, but let's just
Yeah.
say they would have to show you, whether it's real or not, some sort of existential threat. They would get people to sign on to those kind of measures. You know, be like, hey, look, because most people are not going to agree with you that it's like that we should. Most people are very up on the like, you know, freedom to do what you will type of shit. You know, and so you'd have to show everybody like, okay, if we don't behave this way, if we don't start putting these people up against the wall, if they misbehave, then we're all going to die.
so what do we think those observables would be? So could it be, because those are observables,
Yeah,
right? Those have to be in the
Maybe-
environment, right?
maybe
Would it have to be a massive loss in war that can directly be tied back to the fact that our entire war industry is hinged upon
that could do it.
these companies' fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders,
Yeah.
not the defense of the nation.
Yeah,
right?
that could do it, I think.
Or could it be the exorbitant spending of that thing wrecking the fucking economy? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, but
you know,
people would make the reckoning of the economy thing will be weird because when it comes to the economy, there's always competing theories all the time. You never really know. You know,
Yeah.
like someone's been busting caps all day somewhere nearby.
hunting season just started.
Oh well, that can't all be because someone was doing range stuff earlier today.
So yeah, I would imagine dudes
Oh,
are either-
zeroing for
zeroing
yeah.
their rifle, or they're just like, hey, it could just be a hunting season
It could-
party.
Actually, you're right. It probably is just taking. That's probably what I've been hearing is people
Yeah.
taking deer all day because that's what people do. They
Yeah,
they take them down like day one of hunting season, and they're good, and they just put the meat in the freezer.
I
and-
plan on socking away like
Yeah, if we get-
4
How about
or
you? You haven't
5.
seen because of the dogs. We haven't seen. deer in a
Yeah,
long
ever
time.
since the Pyrenees started roaming their perimeter.
Yeah. Getting white space.
Yeah. As long as I don't hear it,
That's all the deer that the Pyrenees pushed out getting shot right now.
Yeah, thanks, fellas. As long as I don't hear the snaps, we're good with the pops.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I start
yeah.
hearing snaps, we're gonna pause the podcast.
Dude, I wonder if you hung out down by the river if you'd catch one crossing.
Yeah, the priestess said that we can't take them by the river.
Okay, I get you. All right,
That's a
okay.
no go.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Fair enough. I don't ask questions.
Hey,
man.
happy wife, happy life.
Yep.
Man, dude, so things are getting weird. I think
Okay, so going into the new year, man, because we're getting so. What's the weirdest thing that can possibly happen next?
Dude, it's I'm at a point right now where I don't have any strong predictions about the next, like, normally I'll have this feeling like there's something's about to crack off.
Yeah,
But it's like things are just lingering. It's like the war in Ukraine's still going on. Ish, kind of, I guess, right?
yeah,
There was-
no, they're pushing hard, dude, and they're pushing towards I mean, they almost have them cut off from the Black Sea. That's kind of the way they're.
Russia's pushing hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because
Oh, it's all gains for Russia, dude.
yeah,
They're on the
killing it.
gains train, dude. Like it's fucking,
I'm a big Russia guy. They're killing it.
dude. Anybody that thinks Ukraine, dude, we told them, bro,
We've been, that's one thing that we were spot on
from
1000%.
day one.
A lot of people owe us apologies too. A lot of those dudes that like were so shitty to us in that group chat. Come on, guys,
Dude.
bro. And it's like, shame on you, dude. You watched Bono from U2 fucking strumming his guitar in a
Sean
Ukrainian
Penn,
Sean
man.
Penn's bitch ass, dude. Like, we tried to tell you, it's like, just open your eyes and observe reality as it presents itself to you. The guy the comedic actor who played the president of the Ukraine on a television sitcom is now the president of Ukraine.
Yeah.
Sean Penn, who's a douchebag, traveled over there and handed him an Oscar. An Oscar's an award for acting. Guys, wake up.
Oh shit.
Sorry, fucking Ukraine angers me. And then you've got like ill-advised veterans going over there to get their hero on, like Moto patch it up. And you know what? I've seen a bunch of the interviews. It's always some dude who learned shit when he was in, dude.
I mean,
It's never some like Green
I'll hand
Beret
him
with
this.
9 combat tours who just loves to get his war boner on. I haven't heard of those guys. You'll meet these guys like, this guy was a Marine, and you're like, oh, I was a Motor T guy for 9 months, and then I hurt my knee, and now I'm over here in Ukraine. It's like, great.
I know there's some high caliber dudes that go over there, but I'm like,
There are, huh? They
Dude,
were probably smart
by
enough
high
not to get
caliber,
interviewed.
by high caliber, I just mean by training.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, like that are over there in an official capacity from us?
No, like
just doing mercenary.
just doing whatever they do.
doing their shit.
You
okay.
know, and I'm like, do what? I guess it just comes down to risk versus reward for those folks, man. But like,
Some people, there are people though, at our level and higher that like that do love. So I know,
dude, but like,
I know at least 3 dudes who are, and guys, who are like ground branch dudes who
Yeah.
should have not for any reason like that they're not good. Should have stopped being ground branch dudes a long time ago because like they get fucking shot and hurt and shit. They love
yeah,
it. Though.
man.
They fucking dude. I know a guy who's shot in the fucking head. I mean, he's fine, but
Uh,
like still hitting and rolling, dude. And it's like, why? What are you doing? They just love it, dude. They want to be at the top level, fucking whipping it on. I get it, like it's cool, war shit's cool, but like,
Some dudes just live to be
bro, you're gonna
radical,
get
man. Some
just
of the
come back
fucking
here
movie.
and get ready because you're gonna get it here, bro.
And that's kind of man, that's kind of what I'm getting at, man. Is like, look, I guess as we kind of end this thing out, man, like I don't really see this thing going well. Like even from an eschatology standpoint. So in my mind, the 4 years that started in 2020, that was plague in their little show.
okay.
And if I understand the progression, after plague after plague comes war.
Yeah.
And then after war comes famine, and then famine, death, right? So it seems to be that we're lining up for the war 4 years,
Yeah.
you know? And we've already talked about how, look, folks, like nobody likes to have this conversation, man, but like we're not as good as we think we are
At war?
at war.
No, not
You know?
anymore. No.
So I don't think the powers that be here in America that control like our little tax farm are going to let us really fling our people against these other big areas yet, like Russia and China, because nobody here is willing to soak up, dude, allegedly like 1.5 million Ukrainians plus, you know,
and a lot of Russians too.
yeah. So an equal amount of Russians, you know,
That's so many people.
that's peer-to-peer warfare over there. You know, that's NATO's best shit.
Bro, we're still
not
at,
their
like,
best shit,
We're
but
still at like under 10K for all the GWAT shit.
yeah. So what I'm saying is like war for us is going to be the fact that they're just going to bring it here to the soil.
Yeah.
Like you remember when there was never a single Venezuelan gang you've ever heard of in your life in this country?
Now there's more of them here than Venezuela.
Yeah. And like it's not like we were unfamiliar with Mexican gangs growing up in California. Like you kind of knew who the Mexican gangs were, you know, you never heard of a Venezuelan period. So So we get the information operation and the narrative of all these Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment buildings and
Yeah.
shit, right? And then, like the No More Wars guy, magically we're somehow getting ready to invade Venezuela.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how they've already got their partner force in place in our backyard?
And
Like,
so I think where you're going with this is we've already set up the insurgency here, and we're going to do the war in Venezuela so that the insurgency here has a reason to do insurgency.
Yeah. And then,
all our we've created.
yeah. And then so the Patriots, who are under Trump now,
Yeah.
are in charge of the country.
Yeah.
And it's known that the Patriots aren't going to go for some COVID shit anymore. Like the
Yeah,
cat's
right.
out of the fucking bag.
You're gonna get him with something else.
They're willing to completely forgive Trump for being the jab
The
daddy.
godfather of the the jab daddy.
But goddamn it, we're not putting face masks on anymore.
Yeah.
So you're not going to restrict our freedom. It's like, oh yeah, motherfucker. Well, hey, now this is an orange terrorism zone.
Yeah.
This section has been considered orange because of whatever fucking reason.
Yeah.
And now constitutional rights are suspended in orange terror zone.
Yeah.
And where do these zones pop up? Who the fuck knows? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wherever it's expedient for them, wherever they can use it.
Hey, the NSA magically saw some terrorist fucking phone number in your neighborhood. Now your whole neighborhood's a fucking orange zone, so they can figure this out, which means they
Yeah.
can come door to door and search your fucking house.
And the precedent for that is what's the stupid hurricane where the black dudes were shooting people in New Orleans.
Floyd? No, not Floyd.
What the fuck?
Katrina.
Katrina. Dude, during Katrina, they sent the National Guard in, and
That's right.
guys went house to house and confiscated weapons.
Yeah.
Again, it comes down to rights. I have the right to bear arms. You have the right to bear arms until they suspend them to some sort of emergency. Then you have a choice. You do have the right to stand there with your gun and shoot it at the people that come in to collect it. You have that right. That's what you can do. Or you can hand it over, you know what I mean? Or you can hide it, or you can do whatever. But what you can't do is stand there and be like, no, my rights, my rights. And they go, no, terrorism zone, orange terrorism zone, give it up.
Yeah.
Cold dead fingers. Okay, let's see him.
Well, yeah.
That's it, dude.
So I could tell you what one group of people did in situations like that. They're called the Taliban. And what they would do is they would bury their arms and ammunition
Yeah,
out in the woods and shit.
they sure would.
And
And they'd be looking like farmers all the rest of the time.
and what history calls the Taliban is the victors.
I mean, they won.
They won.
They're still there. Bro, they're driving around our MRAPs.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers probably using my old nods or something.
They're rollerblading with my rifle, man. They're rollerblading around like catching-
There's somebody over there with a sniper rifle. Like, who the fuck's Brand Fast?
this thing is nice, yo. I'm gonna put gold tape all over this.
Dude,
bitch.
someone's got his fucking feet up on the Colonel's fucking talk, watching Rambo movies on the fucking big ass fucking
Rambo 3
Yeah.
specifically.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
God bless
I
him
hope
too,
that's
man.
the
I'm
case.
fucking happy for him, dude. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
even mad at those fucking dudes. Like, they should chill out and be less dickish to their women. But like, the fuck do I care how they run Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, guys, make it so I can get a tourist visa and get on a fucking dirt bike with a fucking sidecar and put my little camping backpack in, and I want to ride around. I want to go to my old battle sites.
Yeah.
I want to go swimming in the Helmand River. I want to fucking go up in the dude. I want to go camping. Dude, the hippies used to have the hippie trail go through India,
Yeah, dude.
Pakistan, Afghanistan. I want the hippie trail reopened. I want not to be fucked with by y'all. I want you, let's just say,
Dude, Taliban, if you could secure the hippie trail, dude, revenue.
you know where I am. I'm mad about the Taliban for one thing. You didn't have to blow up the fucking Buddhas in Bamyan.
Oh, yeah,
that
I
were
was
there
gonna
for
say
things.
that,
What the
yeah.
fuck did you do that for?
Like they're like
Bro,
they're like Islam and
You
things.
stupid idiots. Like, you could have made a bunch of tourist revenue. People, dumbasses from all over Europe
Yeah.
would have come there to fucking sit in the lotus position in front of the fucking Buddhas and Bamyan and pay you money. But you had to blow their faces off like dummies.
So there is a video of this German dude mountain biking, or it might be electric bike, across Afghanistan.
There's another guy, a white guy from America, a skinny
Yeah.
motherfucker, biking on a road bike, went all the way through Afghanistan. Dude, I watched him. He started in like Kabul, got like, dude, the way the Taliban does it now is like every province requires like a separate visa.
Yeah, this guy just had to stop and talk.
Yeah,
to
he
dude.
stopped, dude. And the Taliban were cool. Like, he's a white American guy,
Yeah.
and you're like, and they're like, they're like laughing, joking, taking pictures. They look at his paperwork. He got hassled zero.
Yeah, I mean that could be how it could be, man.
Man, I'm excited. For that.
Amazing how nice people are when you're not there to blow their shit up.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not with their dude. It's like I'm a bit of a misogynist, but like,
Well, I'm not
Come
with
on,
what
dude.
I'm not with right wing or I'm not with the extreme of any religion. The
Yeah.
Mormon extremism,
Evangelicals.
Zionism.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Like somewhere there's a dude with two fistfuls of rattlesnakes and a fucking camelback, a camelback full of strychnine, bro. Just fucking speaking to the Lord, bro.
bro. There is a sect of this is what you're talking about. That's who are the snake ones? Not evangelical. It's anyways. Bro, these
Moloch
are
worshippers.
no, they're supposedly Christian.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
sect of Christianity, and it's like
Yeah, I forgot that we're the snake handlers.
Yeah, but anyways, dude, it's a southern thing, of course. But like, come on, man. Like we have our own kind of Taliban folks here too. You know,
Yeah.
like, they're just ignorant. But like, I don't know.
I mean, our allies were the Northern Alliance, and those dudes were the buggerers.
Those were the
of
buggers.
boys.
Yeah, those were the fucking the Bachabazi guys. And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Taliban were not with the Bachabazi.
right. So it's like,
Of course, we backed the fucking.
and
poops.
that's why you just shouldn't fucking be there.
Yeah, no,
Like,
not our
hey,
business.
man.
Not our business.
Like, damn that to take it all the way back around, that portion of the Palms
Yeah,
is like the apartments that I grew up in. Like the low rent
Don't
shit.
go over there.
Yeah, you just don't go over there,
Yeah,
man.
leave
Like,
those people alone. They
yeah.
got their own shit going on.
like we're over here in these brownstones where like that dude next door and that one brownstone we lived in had like the Lambo parked.
yeah.
Yeah, we're in those Palms.
Dude, like
You
it'd be
know,
like
like-
me walking over where my Lambo's parked to your apartment and being like,
And just hating.
"Hey, I don't like the way you talk to your wife in there.
Yeah.
I heard you hollering at her. She has every right to go out with her friend on a Thursday or whatever. What the fuck?"
And
are
then
you
that dude
talking
throws a
about?
grenade at you.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
Hell yeah.
Fair.
All right. Well, what do you think?
All right, man. Let's call.
Hell
Let's do
yeah.
it.
What's thanks for
Yeah, back in the
continue
game.
listening.
Thanks
We're
for
back
sticking
at
with
it.
us.
Got a new intro. We're reinvigorated.
Yeah, I'm
Hell
gonna start reaching out to some folks and things and
Get some
get them
shit
on
going.
here. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Stay safe out there.
All right. Love y'all out there.
Later.